welcome you all. Thanks for taking this time out and joining our demo for Fusion Technical Plus OIC. Guys, this is the second demo. Today will be the last demo. Okay. And I request each one of you to please enroll. The early bird offer that we have, that is only for today. Anyone who's joining today, you will be getting a benefit of extra 2 months of the server access, as well as there is a discount of 2000 rupees to get enrolled today. Guys, as we have discussed so far, as a storytelling and what about this particular course, how this course has been planned and structured, what sort of content that we have. Okay, what is the role of a technical consultant? What is the role of a functional consultant that we have seen at a very brief level? In addition to that, guys, we have discussed that okay, there has been multiple technical aspects that we will be learning about while doing this particular course. But this entire course, the tools and the techniques which has been offered by Oracle, these majorly does not require very hardcore technical skills. It is more of a low code, no code sort of platform where either the configurations can be done through by answering certain sort of questions. Okay, there will be certain sort of wizards. Using those particular wizards, you will be selecting certain particular properties or criteria. Based on that, in background or something, some coding has been generated by Oracle itself. Or guys, there is a possibility that there is a property based things, like for different aspects, that how you want the system to behave, how the data to be extracted, how the data type, in which order the data to be extracted. That all we can handle by dragging and dropping the things. We can just drag and drop the columns and it will help us to support to extract the data. Guys, at a very high level, we have discussed that okay, as a technical consultant, majorly we have these many course, these many contents that we will be discussing, all that we have highlighted, that we have discussing. But out of these, guys, as a technical consultant, the main branch, the main work that as a technical consultant is working is either to work on to data extraction, where guys there has been different tools offered by Oracle. Few of the tools are common in nature. Like if you understand and learn these particular tools, like suppose these first two tools, BIP and OTBA, if you learn these particular tools, you can work onto any of the component, whether you are working as a financial consultant, supply chain consultant, or a human capital consultant. In all these modules, these particular tools will be workable. But guys, there has been some specific tools which are very advanced and maybe very useful, but those tools are specific to one particular subject area or one particular, you can say, product area. Like if you want to extract the data using an HCM extract, these extracts, the data which is going to be extracted can be only related to the HCM related data. It will not help you to support the data extraction for financial or supply chain. Okay. Similar way, we have different tools also that are supposed to support to load the data loading activity. Each of these tool, guys, we will be learning in detail practically. Okay, all the scenarios, all the real-time scenarios, we will be discussing and learning about these things. In addition to that, guys, as we discussed in brief, that okay, as a technical consultant, you may be assigned a work responsibilities to customize the look and feel of the application. So for that also, guys, we have a bunch of particular tools offered by Oracle. No coding required for these tools. It's just a drag and drop sort of functionality or wizard based application, where we will be opening some wizard, certain set of properties or certain sort of questions will be asked to us. We will set the values or answer those questions, and accordingly the look and feel of the application will be changed. In addition to that, as a technical consultant, guys, mainly we could be working on to a concept that okay, for various different business transaction, we want to customize the approval, or if there is no approval defined for some transaction, we need to add some custom workflows. That okay, in case we are promoting an employee, the promotion of an employee can be initiated by HR. Once the HR has initiated the promotion for an employee, it should need to go to the account manager, and from account manager it should need to go to the department head, and after that it should be committed only to the system. Once it has been committed to the system, it should be notified to the employee himself and to the manager as well, something like that. So guys, as a technical consultant, This is also one of the major area that a technical consultant will be working upon. But guys, as you've seen that there has been multiple technical topics and concepts that we will be learning. As a technical consultant, it is good to have a knowledge onto, the more that you have a knowledge, the more you have the skills to work on to different aspect, different technology, different tools, it will diversify your experience and you will be getting more opportunities. But guys, in practical world, in real time, each technical consultant is not working onto all the set of work responsibilities into a project. Okay, the teams where the project implementation or supports are happening, or a rollout project, any sort of project, it is not only a one individual technical consultant who's responsible for all the work responsibilities. There may be a bunch of consultants. The team has been structured in such a way that there may be few consultants who are very good into BAP, few are which are very good into SDL loading. Some are handling a job responsibilities to extract the data. Some are maybe two key players. Those are interested and being contributing into data customization and personalization or approval. Few consultants who are majorly work into a team which are responsible for all the data extraction and reporting activities. Like that, guys, the team has been structured with a variety of combination of consultant. So, guys, although we are focusing and providing all the real-time scenarios and the real-time study for these particular topics, but by end of the time, you should need to focus and pick two or three major technology which you have to be perfectly, and you will say a very more than intermediate level, or I must say an at least an expert level sort of competency. If you have a competency on major two three tools also, then also there is a high probability that you will be getting a good opportunities into a market to get and grab a job or get a promotion or get a hike within your current organizations. Okay, so guys, before I proceed, if you have any questions related to yesterday's chapter topics that we have discussed and something that we are just discussing, please let me know. For 5 minutes, I am there to address your queries, and after that, I will be starting with the actual practical demonstration about the topics that we are going to cover. Over to you guys. Arijit, Avinash, iPhone, Mercy. Anyone has any questions, queries? Venkat, Murli, Rahul, Rakesh. Fine, guys. In case of no questions, let's proceed. So, guys, as yesterday we were discussing, like suppose there is a company called TCS, they have evaluated that they are growing exponentially, and whatever the needs that they are managing their resources into any software, they have understood that that software that is not a idle way, or that is not going to fulfill their future needs and requirements. That is the reason the company might have decided that okay, we have to purchase some good ERP software. Where using that particular software, we will be managing our resources. The resources are of three types: manpower, material, and money. So guys, they will go into the open market, understand, review different sort of softwares, and that's how, suppose they have decided that okay, we will opt with Oracle Fusion. So they will reach out to Oracle, purchase the license for the Oracle. Guys, how the journey will start once you purchase the license? Oracle will send one welcome mail including the URL for your application as well as the basic administrative username and password. So guys, whosoever has received that mail, maybe the IT head or something, he is supposed to access that particular application using the URL as well as the username password. Once he logs in first time, system will ask them to prompt them to change the password for themselves. Once that is done, guys, this particular person is having all the access, all the privileges about this particular software because he has been assigned as an admin by the Oracle. So now, guys, what has happened? Since this URL has came, username and password has came, this admin will create multiple users for different key members into the organization. Okay, and suppose Oracle is the company who has sold the software. TCS is the company who's willing to have the software to run and manage their operations. But TCS might have hired Deloitte to implement the software for them, to get the configuration done, to get the data loading activities done, to build certain sort of reports, to build some sort of data load activities. So guys, this admin will create few users for Deloitte employees who are supposed to come take the requirement from the customer, understand what are the need of a customer, how many reports that customer is willing to have, whether there are certain seeded report provided by the software which will fulfill the requirement of a client. If that is the case, we will suggest that, okay, similar to what you are saying, suggesting, there is a seeded report Oracle provided by Oracle. Let me show, let me demonstrate. If that suits you, you can use that. If that does not suits you, I will take your requirement and create a new report. If the seeded report suits you, but there is a certain changes that you are requiring. Suppose seeded report is going to extract the data into an Excel format, but client want that the data to be extracted into a PDF format. If the seeded report is having 5 parameters, client says that, okay, I want sixth parameter also. The seeded report might be extracting 10 columns, but client wants that, okay, I want 15 columns. So guys, what has happened? There could be a possibility that instead of building a report from scratch, there could be a possibility that we are customizing the seeded report. We are creating a copy of the report and then modify that particular report and give the access of this particular report to our client and educate them that, okay, as per your requirement, this seeded report is there, which is meeting to your requirement 80%, but to satisfy your business needs, to bring the accuracy of 100% of your expectation, we have modified that report and this is the new report. Clear, guys?
We can see what we can see only the Excel.
Come again?
Are you sharing anything other than Excel?
Yes.
No, we are seeing only the Excel.
I'm sharing the Excel at the moment. Okay. So guys, now to start with what has happened, each one of you, once you register with our course, guys, you will be provided one URL. Like to each of the customer, Oracle is sending this URL and this customer is sending this URL to their implementation partner. Like suppose Deloitte is the implementation partner for TCS. Okay. They will create certain users for the Deloitte team members, and this URL will be provided along with the user and password. Talking about this URL, guys, what has happened once the companies are implementing the software, using the software, what has happened? The company might have purchased multiple versions of this particular software. What are those instances are? Like there is a development instance, there is a test instance, and there is a production instance. Production instance is the instance which is the live instance that the business user, the end users are going to use that particular software to run and manage the resources, to run and manage the organization data. Okay. The production instance is something that the end users are using to perform different sort of transactions, like to hire an employee, to promote an employee, transfer an employee, terminate an employee, reverse terminate an employee, rehire an employee. Same way in supply chain, to create a supplier, to update the supplier, to create an invoice. Okay, all these sort of things, to create an item, to create a product into a company. Same way for financial guys, there could be a certain transaction, creating an invoice, creating a receipt. Okay, creating a project. All these transactions are getting performed by the business users, by the end user into a production environment. But guys, in addition to production environment, generally the companies might have purchased two additional environment, that is the development environment as well as the testing environment. Okay, so guys, generally what has happened, the URL that you're receiving, the URL, this portion will remain same. Okay, for every client, this portion will remain same. There will be a unique code assigned to each of the client. This is the unique code assigned to the client. Okay, so taking that unique code, sorry, taking the unique code and appending with the seeded URL, that is the URL for each of the customer. Guys, suppose the client has purchased the software. What are the URL provided to him? The initially prod URL is something like this. This is the prod URL. Okay, if they have purchased, they have opted and they have paid for the test instance, the test instance will be something like this. Okay, And in case they have a development environment, maybe dev 1, dev 2, dev 3, they have purchased multiple dev environment. So the URL for the development environment will be same as per the production environment, but in between this keyword has to be added. Okay. So guys, in general, we used to call it as URL, but in the terminology of a Fusion application, we used to call it as an instance URL, or we used to call it as a pod, POD. Okay, we used to call it as a pod URL. Okay, once we get this particular pod, guys, and we will hit the enter, this entire application is a cloud-based application. You can access the application directly from the cloud. From you should need to have a internet access and any sort of browser like Microsoft Edge or Mozilla Opera or Chrome, any of the browser you will use, hit the URL, and guys, you will be landing into the login screen. Once you land into the login screen, we will pass in our user ID and password and click on to sign in button. And once we pass on these details, guys, we will be landing into the actual Fusion application, which is the landing page. This is the home page of the Fusion application. Okay, guys, each user who's having the valid username password, they can log in into the application and they will be landing into this home application. Now, guys, to talk about this particular application very briefly and basically what we are going to discuss, this particular application, we have a home screen. If you are standing onto any of the pages and you want to come back and return back to the home screen, guys, there is a global bar. This black color bar is a global bar. Okay, this global bar, wherever you will be navigating in this particular application, this black bar will always remain there, which is having certain key features. What are those features, guys? We will be listening and understanding one by one. The person who has logged in into the system, guys, in the extreme right, the initials of that particular username has been provided here. Once you click onto this, there has been certain specific action related to this particular user who logs in that we will be listed here. We will be discussing what are the key areas. Okay, and majority of these areas, these are like short code. All these are accessible, guys. In the left hand side there is a navigator is different sort of roles, different sort of screens, everything has been provided to you where you can go and navigate. Like there is a, this is first category. Under this category there may be subcategories, or under subcategories there may be some different sort of actual functional pages that we can access from. Okay, guys, there could be a query that, okay, Piyush, is it possible that we can also add certain pages of our own, or can we add our own category? Yes, guys, once we discuss that, okay, there is a technique that we are going to learn. Personalization and customization is the work. Using that, guys, what we can do, we can add our own categories here. You see here, we have added our categories: Aura Tech Report, Supplier, Test 1, 2, 3. These all are the custom categories that we can add. In each of these categories, do we have capability that we can add our own page, any our report, or any of the extract? Guys, that is what we are going to learn. We will be doing the customization of the seeded application that will list down only the seeded categories and subcategories and pages. But in case we need to add our own category, we will be learning how to add the category, how to add the page, subcategory, all that we are going to learn practically in this part. Okay, guys, this is the navigator, and based on the user which has logged in into the application, based on the user must be having some sort of roles and responsibilities, certain capability. Suppose the person who logs in, he is acting as a payroll manager. Okay, so the person has a roles responsibility as a payroll manager. So the user who logs in, he must be having all the privileges to work and act on certain set of duties, to act and work as a payroll manager. So based on the roles and responsibilities that the person, that the user is holding, guys, based on that, these sections will be displayed. Okay, since the user that I have logged in, I have a administrative privileges. That is the reason, guys, I am getting so many sections. I am getting a sections related to the HR. I am getting the section related to payroll, I'm getting a section related to help desk, supply chain, I'm getting a section related to payables, which is a financial, because guys, I am having a administrative privileges. But in general, guys, what has happened? In general, each individual who's logging into the application, guys, that particular user is having the privileges access related to the work responsibility that they are supposed to assign. Okay, so guys, if you are acting as a HR manager, you will be assigned one role that you can act as an HR manager. So being as a HR manager, you does not need to have the capability to act as a financial manager. You does not need to have the capability to act as a payroll manager or as a sales manager. So guys, since you are only assigned with the roles related to the HR manager, maybe to act as an HR manager, you may be required to have the access only for two sections, maybe the me section as well as the my client group section. So guys, rest of the sections will not be displayed into the navigator. Only two sections will be displayed. So guys, that we used to call it as a role-based access control. What has happened? The person should be having the capability to log in into the system, but his access, his power, his privileges has been controlled by the roles which has been assigned to the user. Clear, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So guys, you can see based on the user who has logged in, once you log in, this is the home screen. This is the global bar, which will be always displayable. In the global bar, left hand side, there is a navigator. Wherever, whichever screen, whatever the section that you need to access based on the privileges that you have, those many sections will be displayed. You can go access those particular screens and functionalities and sections. Okay. The guys, same way as we have the navigator, same sort of things are available into your home screen. See here what we have. We have something called me, product family, my team, procurement, my client group. So guys, same way we have these sections available: me, product, my team, procurement, and my client group. Guys, it is the Fusion has designed in such a way that the same screen can be accessible by different navigations and different sort of accessibilities to just to ease the navigation. It is up to the individual choice that, okay, suppose you are supposed to go to my client group. Once you go to the home page, do you want to use this navigator and go to the my client group from here like this, and from my client group you have to go to one particular screen, or you want to access the screen directly from the home page? These are called, guys, different tabs which has been listed, and under these tabs different pages, different functionalities has been listed in a format of a tile. Okay, these are different sort of tiles that we can access to. Okay, guys, majorly suppose this is the area, this tab is only for the HR related activities. The HR of the organization is generally going to have this tab. So whatever the areas, whatever the work that the HR is supposed to do, those sort of tiles will be listed there, those sort of pages will be shown here. But guys, HR is supposed to perform, suppose 20 different activity, but out of those 20 different activity, maybe 5 activity that HR is frequently going to do, or 5 activities which are major portion of work that they are supposed to do. So here those top 4, 5, 10 activities will be listed in a format of this tile. Rest of the actions, rest of the activities, guys, if you see in the left hand side, we have quick actions, the same functionality which are available here. Like guys, suppose I want to hire an employee, that functionality is available here. Directly we can access that particular page from the quick actions. But in case you want to hire an employee, guys, in your organization, if you are going to hire an employee, hiring an employee means you are bringing some new person into your organization. So that means we have something called new person. If we click into new person, there also we will be getting a page that will list down different sort of functionality. These functionalities are: do you want to hire an employee? Employee is the person who will be working for you, and you are paying directly to the employee. You are running the payroll for that particular person. Or do you want to hire a contingent worker? Contingent worker is like as a contract employee, that you are hiring a person, he is working for you, but you are not running and managing the payroll. You are not deducting the tax for this employee. You are not submitting any PF for this employee. But instead of that, you are hiring this employee from some agency or from different company, and you are paying to that particular company against the purchase order based on the services that company has offered. What service that Deloitte is offering to TCS? The service that they are offering, that they have deployed 10 consultants to TCS to work on to the implementation project for Fusion. Okay. So same way, guys, as we see, we can hire the employee by going into this section, or otherwise in case it's like a quick link, directly you can access this particular page from the quick link section. Okay. So guys, in addition to that, suppose the user is having so many privileges as an HR and they are supposed to act upon multiple tasks. So guys, in the quick links, there is something called show more. Once you click on to show more, guys, you see all different sort of privileges, different sort of pages, all that HR can work upon will be listed down here. See, so many privileges. But guys, as an HR, since I said that, okay, my user credentials are working as a admin, that is the reason that many screens are available. In general, if there is an HR of the organization also, guys, there has been multiple HR. Few HR are only responsible to hire the employee. They did not have the access to promote or transfer the employee. Only the chief HR might be having the access to promote and transfer the employee. So the screen related to promote or transfer, like if I come here and click on to promote, let's search. See, the HR who's having the access only for the promote and transfer, they only can see this particular screens, promote or transfer. The HR who's only responsible to change the location of the employee or to hire the employee, they can only see the screens called related to these screens only. Hire an employee screen can only be visible to them. Okay. Clear, guys?
Yes.
So guys, first thing is like once we understood that, okay, this is how the look and feel and the navigation. Guys, in the top, you see that there is a bell icon. What is the bell icon, guys? Once we discuss that, okay, there is certain sort of transactions which can be happening into the system. Guys, this is the software. This software is offering different sort of screens. What those screens may contain, guys? Those screens may give only 4 sort of functionalities. Guys, what are those functionality? Either those particular screens you can create the data. Creating a data means you can hire an employee or you can update the data. Suppose you have hired the employee and you want to update the details of the employee. You want to add one more dependent to the employee. You want to add the bank details to the employee, or you want to change the phone number of the employee. That is called updating the record. Or guys, there is a data already existing. You want to delete the record. Like suppose the person is there you have hired and that person has given you the phone number. He has given 3 phone number. Now the employee is reporting that, okay, the third phone number that I have provided is no longer valid. So please do and delete that record. So guys, what has happened? The person, the HR will come search for the employee and delete the phone number. Clear? So guys, only 3 sort of DML operations are allowed. That is data manipulation operation. What are those? Either to insert the data, insert and create the employee, update the employee, or delete the content of the employee or any of the child components related to the employee. Clear? In addition to that, guys, what we can do from this application, from these particular screens, we can search the functionality. Guys, suppose to manage the employee, there is a screen called person management. If you understand this particular screen from the functional aspect, guys, then same way you need to manage the payroll, you need to manage the contact details, you need to manage the invoices, you need to manage the account payables, you need to manage the account receivables. Guys, the screen will be something similar to that. Every screen that you are going to access is having a same architectural, same look and feel. It is having 2 sections. First section is the search section. Okay. And the second section is the result section. If you want to search something, put certain fields that you would like to interested in, percentages like a wildcard, and click on to search. Based on the criteria that you're fetching, guys, the result will be listed down. Once you see the result, guys, this is a table format. Okay, the data will be displayed. First column is always coming as a hyperlink. You want to drill down to see more details, we will click onto this hyperlink and it will take us to the next page that will list down all more extensive details about this particular employee. from here, guys, what we can do, whatever the based on the criteria that we have passed and searched the record, this list of data has been coming. Guys, we said that okay, as a technical consultant, we are supposed to work on to extract the data. Okay, the simplest form of to extract the data for any of the business component is, guys, we can go search based on certain criteria, see the results are coming, and majority of the screen, guys, you could see this icon that is export to Excel. It will export the data. By clicking onto this, the data will be exported. Okay, guys, this is the simplest way of exporting the data. But guys, suppose this is the employee data. But for the employee data, what are the details that we can see into this screen? We can see the name of the employee, the number of the employee. We can see the location of the employee, department of the employee, and the type of the employee. We did not see the job of the employee, grade of the employee. We did not see the manager of the employee. So guys, using this technology, if you're going to click on to extract, only the columns which are listed there into the table, that only will be extracted. Other than that, the columns will not be extracted. That's where the role of a technical consultant will come on. Because of certain requirement, client, maybe the functional user, maybe the business users will request that, okay, we want the list of all the active employees. We want the list of all the recent hired employees which has been hired in year 2025. And we need column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have specified those columns. Some custom requirement they have specified. They have specified the template. They have specified the order of the column in which the data has to be extracted. The business has requested to extract the data and deliver the data directly to the email server. They have requested to email the data or put the file into FTP. Business has requested to extract the data into a PDF format. So guys, all these are the real-time scenarios that the technical consultant role is required to extract the data. Okay. Guys, once we click onto any of this particular page, okay, we will be landing into more detailed section about this particular business object. Be it will be an employee related data, it will be an invoice related data, it will be a receipt related data or a supplier related data. Guys, the screens for those screens will be listed down like this. All details about those particular business component will be like listed down here. Guys, for each of these business component that you are going to access, like the business component that I have access is the person. Okay, the basic details about the person has been listed, but in addition to that, if that particular business object contains few additional inputs, few additional data, guys, in each of those screen left hand side there is something called this taskbar is there. Once you click onto taskbar, guys, you will getting different sort of sub screens related to the person, like the person absence related details you want to see, person payroll related details you want to see, person pay slips you want to see. You want to navigate to the screen where you want to see the salary details and to change the salary. You want to see the person personal details, okay, where it will be listing down his name, his contact details, his dependent details, his disability details. Okay, all these details, like see guys, person section, the task person screen will go and give you the name, address, national identifier, biological information, legislative information, phone details, email details, all these sections. In addition to that, guys, this person screen also may be having certain subsections as a tab. The contact details, who are the primary contact, who are the dependents for this employee. This employee has maintaining some sort of documents, guys, his CV, his passport details, his visa details that employee must have uploaded while being hired. So those details can be accessible here. If the employee is being categorized as a disability employee, those details the companies might have captured here. So guys, all these things are to be accessed and performed by a business user. The business end user will come and they will come and navigate to different screen, different sections, different fields, and they are supposed to key in the data and save the transaction. So guys, all these transactions which are happening, what are the purpose of the transaction? Whatever the actions that we are going to do, these transactions are going to be saved somewhere in the form of the data. Guys, suppose we have come to this screen and searched for a person number 1000867, and the moment we hit the search button, what has happened? The data will be fetched. How and why the data will be fetched? Because this data must have been inserted, created somewhere, and it is residing somewhere into the databases. Okay, so guys, every transaction that the business user is going to do, any action that they are supposed to perform, that will be saved and committed into database table. So as a technical consultant using a BIP report technology, we are supposed to write the SQL query. We are supposed to extract the data as per the business expectations, and we are building the reports as per the business requirements. Clear, guys, as of now? Any questions, guys? Fine, guys. So guys, next thing is at the global bar, guys, as we discussed that, okay, currently we have drilled down into 2 3 levels of the screens, but you want to move back to the home screen, guys. At the top, always this black bar is there. You can directly go and click onto home icon, and it will navigate back you to the home screen, guys. It will ask you whatever the transaction that you're performing that is not saved. Do you want to continue? Yes, I don't want to save anything. We will click on to continue, and this application will bring back to the home screen to navigate different sort of screens if you wish to. Okay. Second thing, guys, that you see this yellow bar is there. Okay, guys, once we are learning the personalization and customization, at that time we will see the administrator will configure this yellow bar, orange bar, by putting some sort of message that anybody who's logging into the system, if the administrator wants to put some message that everyone could see, they can put it across. Like suppose, guys, there is a administrative activities are planned over weekend, instance is not available, there is a downtime, the admin will put across these inputs here. Okay, so that every user who will be able to log in, they will see this orange bar and the message. They can see that, okay, system is not available over weekend from 7 a.m. till 12 a.m. midnight, something like that. Clear? Any question, guys? Fine. So guys, we will be provided with this particular URL, okay, username and password, and through this we will be accessing the application. Guys, the beauty of this particular cloud-based application, you can open multiple sections, multiple sessions of this particular application. You may open one session here, same URL, you will open one session here also again, guys. Okay. In this session, you will be managing and you are landing into my client group, and here you are still into the home page. So guys, there is no restriction that, okay, anybody who is being having an experience from EBS, guys, you see that, okay, at one point of time you can open only one screen. If you are working on to enter and maintain a screen while you are supposed to go to some other screen related to payroll, you have to close the enter and maintain screen, and then only you will be navigating to different screens. But guys, that is the beauty for the Fusion cloud based application, that the problem area has been catered, and now you can access same application multiple times, multiple servers, multiple browsers, and navigate same screens or different screens at a same point of time. Guys, this application I have opened here also. I can open this application directly into my notepad also. I can open this application into my mobile phone also. If I'm using this particular into my browser, I have 4 browsers, there is no restriction. I can open this application into all my 4 browsers. Guys, you are still not able to see my screen?
I'm able to see.
I can see it.
Okay, okay. Because I was seeing some messages that, okay, you were not able to see the. Okay. Now, guys, what has happened? If you are taking any of the browser, guys, in any of the browser, if you're searching any of the URL and that URL is a frequently used URL. So guys, you know that okay, this star is there. You used to bookmark your pages that every time you are supposed to come, these are the pages that you need to refer and access on regular interval. Same way, guys, as a functional user, as a business user who's supposed to responsible to hire the employee, somebody who's responsible to promote the employee, to access the promote screen, guys, if he's having the access, he should need to come to my client group. He's supposed to come to show more. Under that, so many screens are there. Then he's supposed to, for better access, he will do control F, then he will put promote and then enter. That's how he will be able to access and identify this screen. But instead of that, guys, if he access this particular screen once, as a functional end user, he will access this screen once and he will mark this screen as a star here. Okay, that I want to add this particular screen as a favorites, add to favorites. So in that case, guys, this screen has been added into favorites. Generally, once we click on to add favorites, it will be added. It may take some time. Okay, and guys, whatever the user who has logged in, okay, he has access and day-to-day task he is performing, he's navigating into the application into different screens. So from this star icon, if you click onto this star icon, there is a recent items. You will click onto this recent items, and there also you will be seeing all the screens that you have recently accessed that will be listed. From there also directly you can access those particular screens. Like search person screen we have recently accessed, we can directly click onto this and it take us to that particular screen. Okay, next is, guys, this bell icon is there. What is this bell icon, guys? As we said that okay, whenever there are certain transactions happening into the system, suppose you are hiring an employee or somebody is hiring the employee in the department and you have been designated as a department head, and the business functionality is something like that. Once the person has been hired and having a salary of more than $50,000, then that transaction should need to be routed to the department head and you should need to review and approve the request. So guys, did the person who's going to do the transaction should need to chase you, drop a mail and tell you, ping you that okay, I have done this transaction, there must be this person report, please review? No, guys. The moment you submit the transaction, if I am the person who's authorized to review and approve, that automatically some bell icon will come with the number that okay, there has been certain actions, 7 actions are pending for your actions, you should need to review and approve. And guys, if this transaction has come to me, I want to review this, I can review it. I want to dismiss it, I can dismiss it. If I am authorized to approve the transaction, there will be a approve button also comes. I can approve the transaction here. You want to drill down to see more details, we can click onto this hyperlink. It will take us to a new screen that will list down the details. Okay, what are those details? That okay, this is to inform that this person has newly hired into this department. As per the process, please kindly review and approve his employment. Okay, based on that message, some message will come. The approver will review the things, and if he found it that transaction is valid, he will approve the transaction. Okay, clear, guys?
Yes.
Guys, any questions as of now? Fine, guys. So guys, so far what we have discussed, this is very basic about this application, and you go to the entire application, any screen, 99% of the screens are structured into the same way that once you land into the screen, you will be having two sections. First is the search section, second is the result section. In the result section, one of the column might be having an hyperlink. Once you click onto the hyperlink, it will go to more detailed section. Majority of the screens may be having sections, subsections, headings, fields, subfields, and in case there may be tabs, subtabs. Okay, and you can go and search the data, edit the data, update the data, delete the data, everything about that particular business object. Guys, sometimes you have the access, you have access only to create the data and search the data. You do not have the access to update the data or edit the data or delete the data. How that has been governed, guys? you have been assigned some sort of roles. As a user, you might be having a role to hire an employee. So your responsibility as per your requirement, as per your work profile, you have been only designated to hire the employee. After hiring the employee, to change the details of the employee.
Team, sorry for the interruption. Looks there is some network issue from the Piyush. He'll be joining in. Yeah, I think he's.
I have
Hello,
one question.
Yeah, Piyush is back.
guys, you're there? Any issue? Hello.
Yeah, Piyush, we can hear you. Actually, I
Okay.
think there is a network issue from your end, so you got disconnected.
Okay. Fine, guys. So, guys, that is the work responsibility. Based on the work responsibility, the business users is accessing the application and they are performing different set of functionalities, different sort of, you can say, creating a data, updating a data, deleting a data, and all these are called different sort of transactions that business users are performing. And guys, for each of these transactions, data is going to be saved somewhere. So, guys, talking about the data, okay, what do we understand by data, guys? Hope you understand the word called data. Okay. By this time, you understand what is data. Whatever that, suppose we are supposed to hire the employee. To hire the employee, if we are keying in that, okay, this is the first name, last name, date of birth, contact detail, email address, disability details, education details, everything that we are going to capture from the application, guys, that is called data only. Okay. Anything and everything that is going to be captured, that is called data. So, guys, if you are keeping anything in the data, guys, data can always be saved only into two formats. Data saving techniques. So guys, data can be only saved into two ways, guys. One is the file format, guys, that you are saving the data into some sort of file format. Like as this notes I am going to create and I am saving it into a text file. So this notes that I am going to create, this is nothing but this is the data only. So I can save the data into some sort of text file format, maybe an Excel file, CSV file, PDF file, or text file. Like data can be saved either into a text format or a file format, or the other way is it's a database format. Okay, so guys, in case the data is going to be saved into database format, what will happen? In database format, guys, we know that okay, there must be some tables. What tables may contain? Table may contain row may contain column. So the data that you are capturing, that may be saved into some particular column. Like guys, to save the employee related data, there may be a table called person table. Under that person table, guys, for each of the person table, there may be a separate row for each of the employee. And while we are saving the data, there may be 20 columns like title, first name, last name, date of birth, date of joining, phone number, email address. And once the business user is performing a front-end UI-based transactions while hiring the employee or updating an employee or terminating the employee and saving the transaction, this is going to be saved into respective tables. Okay, clear, guys? So guys, we will be learning different sort of data saving techniques and data fetching techniques. Like if the data is being saved into databases, how we can extract the data from databases. Guys, that technique is that there is a language, there is a programming language, SQL, structured query language. If anybody is from the technical background working into EBS or Java development or any sort of PL/SQL coding, guys, you might be aware of SQL. But in here in Fusion, in SQL, we have different sort of work responsibilities, different sort of languages. We can write insert statement, update statement, merge statement, delete statement. We can write packages, procedures. We can write triggers. Okay, there has been different sort of technical concepts that we have into SQL. But guys, in context of Fusion, the SQL is very limited. We are only supposed to write select statements. Only select queries we can write. Okay, no insert statement, no delete statement, no update statement, nothing, guys. Only select statement we can write into Fusion. So we will be starting tomorrow onwards to start with the basic fundamentals. What is SQL? How to write SQL statement? Different ways to write the select statement. Understand the core concept of BIP. As we have seen the navigation of a Fusion application, guys, once we purchase the license for Fusion application, by default, Oracle is going to give you two additional softwares. One is BIP, where we are going to build the reports and analytics. How we can access, take this particular URL and add a keyword called analytics. The word keyword is analytics. Once we take this particular URL and hit the enter button, guys, we will be landing into the BIP server. All our reportings, all our BIP report, OTBI reports, we are going to create here in this particular server. Same way, guys, here also we have the different sort of, you can say, global bar, which is having different buttons, different functionality. Once we are working on to BIP, we will be seeing what is decent, what is create, what is jobs, what are these basic global buttons, how to navigate, how to create the component, different sort of component that are related to BIP report or OTBA report, that we will be learning through there. How to run the report, how to open the report. Like this is the report. I can run the report by going to click on to open. Okay, this report may be containing some sort of parameter. I can pass the parameter values, guys. Okay, and then I can hit the apply button. Once I hit the apply button, guys, what has happened? We will be generating the output. What is the output that we are generating, guys? The output we are generating may be into a specific format as requested by the customer. What is the format and what this report is? Suppose there is an employee who has been hired into the organization and customer has confirmed that okay, the employee has to be on a probation period for the first 3 months and his performance will be reviewed, and based on his performance either the employee will be either made permanent or he has been extended. So for these three employees, the person has been extended for next 1 month. Okay, his probation has not been completed while the probation period has been extended for 1 month. So the company has to issue the letter to the employee. This is to inform that okay, your probation has been extended by 1 month and it is now going to be ended on this. These are the basic details that something you want to give. Like that's how the custom letters we have to produce for our client. Okay. So we will be learning how to build all these BIP reports and all. In addition to that, guys, there is an additional tool that Oracle provide, that is the content server. Guys, this content server can be accessed by taking the URL of your instance and adding a keyword called CS. Once you add this and hit this, guys, this content server is nothing. It is like your cloud-based data repository. Guys, as you have in iPhone, we have a iCloud, right? Same way, once we purchase the Oracle Fusion, we have the Fusion provided cloud server. This is the cloud server where we can upload any file and those files can be searched. You can search the file, whatever the files which are available into the Fusion environment, we will be finding those files here. You want to see the details about the file, go to the information section. You can see and search those files. You want to download the file, you can download the file. You want to delete the file, you can delete the file. Okay, guys, in the front end, once the business user is hiring the employee, and at the time of hiring the employee, the business user is uploading the passport detail, driving license details, or you may say citizenship details. Okay, once the business user is uploading these documents, where these documents are residing, guys, these all documents are being uploaded into this content server, which is a repository for all the files. Okay, so guys, once we get the Fusion application, we will getting these three applications. Okay, guys. So guys, that is something that I would like to convey today for the demo. Okay, this is very basic, guys. This is just to give you a highlight that how deep we are going to do, what is our training methodology, how we are going to educate and pass on the knowledge about different sections, different stream in very much in detail. Further, guys, if you are talking about this BIP, we will be discussing all the administrative accesses and the privileges of this particular tool. Okay, what are those administrative things, guys? How we are going to create a report, how we are going to delete a report, how we want to rename the report, how we want to copy the report, how we want to run the report, how we want to extract the report. Okay, how we want to move a report from one place to another, how we want to migrate the report from one instance to production instance after the delivery has to be confirmed by the business users once we get the sign off. All these things, guys, how to rename the report. Okay, how to hide the report, how to unhide the report, how to add the security to the report. Okay, how to set the permission of the report, how to change the format of the report layout, how to extract the data from the report, how to, there has been multiple administrative work. Building a report and building the logic, that is a technical task. But before going to the technical task, as a administrator, there may be hundred of custom reports built by the Deloitte for TCS. So someone will need to manage those resources, manage those components also, guys. So we will be starting with BIP, managing the administrative task. If you see, there has been multiple, you can say icons or different sort of tools are available. Here also we have different sort of tools are available. Here also we have different sort of folders, subfolders, component. We will be learning each by one, each component, each feature about these particular tools that we will be covering from tomorrow onwards. Okay.
Yeah,
Clear?
thanks so much for the
So guys,
session.
this is the final demo. I request each one of you to please fill the form, reach out to admin, get yourself enrolled. Once you enroll, you will be getting a lifetime access for our Learning Hub portal. You will be getting all the contents, all the material. You will be getting a lifetime subscription and support from our organization in terms of we have a large pool of organizations who are regularly reaching out to us for sharing the good candidates and profile with them. We will be providing you the job assistance. We will be providing you different sort of assignments. Also, we are getting an opportunity we can share with you. You can learn through with us. You will be getting a 5 months of access for Fusion, 2 months of access for OIC. Okay, you will be getting all the training materials, all the PPTs, all the slides, all the samples that we have created. You will be getting an access for that. Okay, guys, for almost 50 plus real-time web services that are required to work for OIC, guys, all those real-time web services and their payload samples has been created, all will be handed over to you guys. So you does not need to research and search all these things. In addition to that, guys, this course has been designed to make you as a consultant, not as a developer. So everything that we will be teaching you in a practical real-time example and making you self-equipped that, okay, if you are talking about one report, you will be taking up the requirement about second report. What is your homework that you're supposed to do? How you're supposed to identify which table, which column? Okay, what is your research work that you're supposed to do to come up with the solution for those particular reports? To come up with the solution for those particular integration, to come up with the solution for loading the bulk data through HDL or FPD. Okay, everything will be explained from scratch, guys. Okay.
Can we get some project to add in the CV? to
We
show
will
like the experience.
we will be sharing real-time project-related things only while teaching methodology. We will be providing you the support in the sense of sample resumes, real-time
Yeah.
consultant sample resumes. So whatever suits to you, whatever the skills that you thought that okay, like suppose someone has mentioned that they have been part of the implementation project for last 4 months, working into BIP and OTBI report. What they have worked into building suppose employment related report, what sort of report they might have listed down: payroll related report, personal information related report, absence balance suppose sort of report. So that's how, based on your competency, you try to correlate whatever things you can put across those things, and
Okay.
whatever the real-time project and the company and the client, that once you will reach out to our team for your mock interviews and all, we will provide you with those client names or something so that you can present those things into your interviews. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
fine, guys. Over to you, Verma and admin, if you would like to.
Yeah, please. So before getting into further questions, team, so as Piyush mentioned, like with today we are completing the free demo sessions. So yesterday and today we had a demos, and from tomorrow onwards, Piyush is going to start a regular sessions. So I request everyone to please reach out to us and confirm the enrollments by today itself. And I can see that few of the people have already enrolled with us, and for them, we'll be going to add you in a WhatsApp group, and we'll be releasing the Triotech dashboard access where you can access the daily sessions. So that we will get it done today. So for all others, I request please reach out to us and get your self enrolled. Yeah, thank you. And from tomorrow onwards, team, you will receive the meeting link only in the WhatsApp group. So only for the enrolled participants, we'll be sharing a new meeting link.
Fine, guys, over to you. In case you have any questions or doubts or queries, please ask, and otherwise we can wrap up the session.
Piyush, Kiran here. So you will be covering also financial components also, right? Module like as part of this course, like reporting
Yes,
side
everything
integrations.
as everything has been covered as we discussed that. Okay, guys, there has been tools offered by Oracle. Oracle itself has offered multiple tools. More tools has been offered for human capital management. So, but what we have done, these two tools, which are major tools to extract the data, these are common. Once we learn these particular tools, these are useful for HCM, supply chain, as well as finance. These tools are specific for finance and supply chain. Okay, web services are related to finance and supply chain and HCM. Certain tools are very common in nature. Certain tools are specific to one particular module only. Everything we are going to cover. Like if we are going to do the customization is being offered only into the HCM module. In financial and supply chain module, it is not allowed. So we are learning these 6-7 tools. But since this is only specific for human capital management, transaction console, this is specific to global. Whatever the transaction that you are going, whether you are creating an invoice or whether you are hiring an employee or whether you are allocating the money, everything requires a transaction. And if you want the transaction to be followed with some sort of approvals, we can design this thing. So this is also global. These two are also global. These are specific for finance. Okay, web services are global. These tools are global that we will be using. Security and all, which is not a concept of technical consultant, but we will be learning all these things, which will help to you as a consultant, as a global consultant. Okay. Clear, Kiran?
Yeah, Piyush.
Fine, guys. Anyone else has any queries? Fine. Thank you, guys. Thanks for your time. As we mentioned, please get yourself enrolled today itself, because tomorrow the web link for the Zoom meeting has been shared only to the enrolled participants. There will be a separate meeting link. You will not be able to access and join this particular meeting link, guys, from tomorrow onwards. Okay. Thank you, everyone.